ARMS is only a month away, and we are more excited than ever because our resident Biff fanboy has played a bunch of the game, and it's shaping up super, super well. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I've got Jake and Gabe here, and today we're giving you the 5 reasons why ARMS is better than you expected, because this game is looking to be a stunner for Nintendo's summer lineup, and we're going to tell you why it's worth your $60. That begins with number 1, awesome character variety.
So, we had previously seen, 7 of the characters total if we include Helix, which he is the latest one that we've seen. Now, 3 new additions. We have Bite and Bark, Twintel, and Kid Cobra. Each one of them is very different. The variety, I feel, is like super on point. Each one of these 10 characters does play completely different than the other ones, and the abilities that they each have also kind of differentiate them a little bit. Twintel, for example, she has this like bullet time ability where if you dodge an enemy's attack at the right move, it triggers this bullet/witch time thing where everything's slowed down and you can go in there and get some fierce stuff going. So the character variety is very cool, and I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to just gravitate towards Bark and Bite because he is the best character in the game.
That Robo Canine cop combo. Yeah, I think that from the get-go, the charm of this roster was always there, and now it feels like it's been fleshed out with such craziness, right? Each one has their own feel, their own place in the world, their own sort of backstory. You know, Twintel as a French movie star. You got Kid Cobra as this futuristic warrior, Bite and Bark, obviously, as dog and police. But they did such a great job of just really developing a roster that they all can participate in this ARMS combat, but they all have such a different style, right? Twintel fighting with her hair, Bite and Bark using the dog and the RoboCop, and then, you know, Kid Cobra, his level, having hoverboards and sort of playing into his whole feel. So I love the fact that 10 characters, 10 unique characters, 10 awesome designs, and it really feels like Nintendo put like their A-team behind fleshing this roster out and filling it with just awesome craziness. I think it's going to be really cool to see who each of us gravitates toward. I know Gabe is all about Bite and Bark right now. Jake is basically Ninjaro, so that's kind of predetermined. Who will I be? Any guesses?
Twintel.
Great, thanks guys. Twintel. But hey, that's a fine choice. She looks very ferocious, especially with that like bullet time move. But yeah, I like the fact that it just feels inspired, even more so than Splatoon. Like, those are great design characters. I feel like they nailed the world of ARMS so well. Number 2, a bunch of fun modes.
We have seen plenty of versus action with ARMS, but there are other modes. They all are kind of versus modes, but Hoops is introduced, where you basically have to slam dunk your opponent into a basket. We also have your skill shot mode, where your objective kind of leaves defeating your enemy and is more about hitting targets while they pop up, and of course you can't hit your enemies to disturb them and things like that. There is also a 2v2 mode, which is super chaotic. I got to play a good amount of that as well, and I was just pleasantly surprised by the fact that there does seem to be a good variety of modes. I surprisingly like Hoops quite a bit. I thought that it was going to be like this little mini game gimmick, but that mode is actually really fun.
This is what we've been waiting for all along, right? How would they flesh out the package? How would they build out the modes beyond just the 1v1? And we've seen a bunch of it here, right? The 2-on-2 looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait till me and Jake can take on Gabe and one of his toadies in 2-on-2. I think that's going to be so good. Just picture Jake, right? Ninjaro, little Kid Cobra action against Bite and Bark, and I don't know, Helix, right? That's going to be so much fun. Hoops, man, snipper clips, bringing in some sports love. Now ARMS bringing in some sports love, and skill shot looks really cool as well. Kind of reminds me of Smash Bros. Almost in some of the modes that they like to bring in with that one specifically, and there's supposedly more beyond that as well. Number 3, motion controls that are actually good.
I feel like out of the 3 of us, I am the one that likes motion controls the least. When I play Splatoon, I do not use gyro. Gyro is not my thing. That is more Zach's thing. I prefer the traditional way of playing games, but I cannot picture playing ARMS without the motion control. That is how good they were. The Pro Controller and the Grip are also options. You can play with them, but it does seem like motion control is going to be the more precise and basically the fan favorite way to play.
Yeah, in terms of convincing people to pick up ARMS, I think guaranteeing that the motion control works well and works in a way that still allows for strategy is super important. The fact that you are on board with it that seals the deal for me, because yeah, you don't like motion at all. Me and Jake are much more a part of that fan club, and to hear you say that, like, hey, you think you're going to play it this way and not with the Pro Controller, not with the grip, that has me really excited.
And I think it's an indicator that in order for motion control to work, you have to have really fine-tuned controls. So that mean that even if you don't want to play with motion controls, the controls will still be very fluid and tight.
Just speak to the tightness there a little bit. To grab someone in arms, you have to like flick both of the controls like at the exact same time. If you like move your right wrist forward before the left wrist, it doesn't do the grab motion. So that's how precise these things are. You're not gonna accidentally like grab someone if you don't mean to. So I feel like once I was able to get the hang of it and just realize, hey, these are your arms that are moving, so you got to move them at the exact same time. Like, it is so fine tuned. I really, really liked it actually. So I can't wait to just see what you guys think about it when you get your hands on it some more.
Number 4, ARMS is more hardcore than you thought.
Zach, how many people have said that this is basically like Wii Boxing?
Many a people.
I can guarantee you that is not what this is. There is definite skill and definite strategy that goes into this. You have to dodge at the exact same time. There's actual like finesse when you're actually trying to like curve your punch. There's a lot in this game, and just based off the couple of hours that I played, I still don't feel like I grasp every single aspect of it. This is not like your kiddie fighting game the way everybody originally thought. Yes, it still looks super family friendly, and it is, but the mechanics are there, and that really, really, really impressed me.
I like the fact that, initially you would think, okay, really, really light, bright colors, really kind of kooky variety. But no, like, just as Splatoon sort of showed that, hey, just because you don't have a Call of Duty system, you can still have a very deep, very fun, very competitive shooter. I think ARMS is doing the same thing for the fighting genre, right? There's a bunch of modes, a bunch of unique characters, and a very unique gameplay mechanic that still, as you said, has that hardcore strategy and that really like solid gamer set of mechanics that will keep players coming back well beyond something like Wii Boxing or a more gimmicky motion-based game.
And then on top of the mechanics, like, we haven't even got into like the customization of all the different fighters and how they're each very unique and have their own separate abilities, plus with all the different gloves that have their own unique abilities and like elemental abilities. So like, there's a huge depth of customization in this game. So on top of the really well-tuned mechanics, customization just only offers another level of gameplay to round out the game.
And number 5, this is a complete package that is worth $60.
So we talked about the different game modes. Of course, there's the 2v2. Of course, there's the basketball. Of course, there's skill shot. The traditional versus. You can, of course, play everything against the CPU. And the customization, like Jake said, there is over 8,000 combination of arms and characters is what we were told. So that is a lot. There is a lot in this game, and there's probably more stuff in there that they just aren't ready to talk about quite yet. So I do feel like this is a good $60 package. This isn't a case of some of the other stuff that's come to Switch that I feel like wasn't necessarily worth the full asking price. I feel like ARMS definitely makes it happen, which is tricky for fighting games because not every fighting game can have like a crazy like story with cutscenes. That's not what fighting games like traditionally do very well. And I feel like ARMS found a way to just put so much content and so much good content into a package, and I definitely feel like it's worth the full asking price.
Yeah, they found a way to really expand upon the initial idea and deliver a fully featured game. Early on, we thought, okay, ARMS looks cool. This seems to be something that'll be fun on Switch, offer unique variety in the summer, but what all is it to be? And now we know plenty more. 10 awesome characters, a bunch of modes, and gameplay that can back up that package. So it's really great to see that it has formulated into this full cartridge, right? So it's not just, oh, hey, versus with some characters and it's got this motion control. No, this is now becoming akin to some of the other tentpole fighting games that have a plethora of options when you go to play. Combine that with the fact that you can take it anywhere on the Switch. You got local multiplayer, you got online multiplayer, you got CPU, you've got these different modes. Super, super pumped for June 16th.
And it just has me regain my faith in Nintendo that they came out with this new IP that kind of looked a little cheesy at first, but then when they revealed everything, it is a fully fledged, massive, amazing game in their arsenal. So going forward, the Switch is going to be amazing.
So there you have it. 5 reasons why ARMS is better than you expected. Gabe's played a bunch. We've all seen now why this game is more than just a 1v1 motion control manic fest. And I cannot wait for the test punches. I cannot wait to verse a bunch of you out there in the SwitchForce community. And of course, to battle it out with Jake and Gabe. So let us know which character, which mode you are most excited for in the comments down below. Any questions you have on ARMS, put those down there as well. Make sure that like button if you enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from ARMS to be ready for those test punches and for the final impressions and review of the game when it hits June 16th. Hit the notification bell if you want to be first to know. And until next time, everybody, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, thanks so much for watching. SwitchForce out.